Hello. My name is Carl Honore, and I am the author of In Praise of Slow. It's a book that examines how the world got stuck in fast forward, how we have become obsessed with speed, with cramming more and more into less and less time. I think for many of us, every moment of the day now, even away from work, feels like a race against the clock. Speed has become our universal default option, a combining form. It's our answer to everything. If we want to make anything better, what do? We speed it up, don't we? So, we used to dial, now we speed dial. We used to read, now we speed read. And we used to date, and now we even speed date. And even things that are by their very nature slow, that are designed to shift us into a lower gear, what do we do with them? Well, we try and speed them up too. So there's a gym near my house in London, a leisure center, that runs an evening course now in speed yoga. And this is for time-starved professionals who want to salute the sun and bend their bodies into the lotus position, but they want to do it in 20 minutes instead of a whole hour. And I thought speed yoga was the most absurd manifestation of our roadrunner culture, until a friend of mine in the United States got invited to a drive-through funeral. Now, I'll leave those words hanging out there because they sum up, it seems to me, how ludicrous our obsession with doing everything faster has become. And in fact, all of this speed, all of this hurrying, and all of this rushing around and stress is now taking a terrible toll on every aspect of our lives, on our health and diet, on the quality of our work, on our relationships and communities, and of course on the environment as well. I think you could also argue that too much speed is one of the reasons the global economy is in such a mess at the moment, because over recent years, the economy has been all about fast profits, fast growth, and fast consumption, and no one had time or patience to look inside the machine, to lift up the hood of the car and see if the engine was overheating. And I think this, particularly now, when the economy has ground to a halt around the world, this is a time to ask big questions, to challenge the status quo, to roll back the acceleration of everything, and to try and understand that slowing down could be good for us. So really, the bulk of my book, In Praise of Slow, is about the many ways in which people around the world are slowing down and finding that, contrary to what conventional wisdom tells us, which is that if you slow down, you're boring, you're lazy, you're unproductive, you're roadkill, the opposite turns out to be true. That by slowing down judiciously at the right moments, people work better, they play better, and they live better. And in this rising tide of deceleration that you see around the world today lie the seeds of what people have now come to know as the international slow movement, or the slow revolution. And my book, In Praise of Slow, is really the kind of unofficial handbook of this slow movement, or the slow revolution. It's been published in 30 plus languages, and it's an idea that I think resonates across the world. This problem of speed, this virus of speed, this virus of hurry, has infected every corner of the planet, pretty much. And it's not just rich countries in Western Europe and North America and the Far East who are affected. It's also countries like Romania. Everywhere you go, people feel rushed. They feel like they haven't got enough time. They feel like they're constantly dashing to a finish line that they never ever seem to reach. And that's why this slow movement is starting to take off quickly, even. Now, the slow movement takes many, many forms. This idea of doing things more slowly is at the core of it. Because when we talk about the slow philosophy, we're not talking about doing everything slowly, doing everything at the speed of a snail or a tortoise. What we're talking about when we talk about slow, with a capital S, is doing everything at the right speed. Sometimes fast, sometimes slow, and then sometimes all of those speeds in between. It's about what musicians call the tempo giusto, the correct tempo. You try and do things not as fast as possible, but as well as possible. When we talk about slow, we're talking about quality over quantity. And when you take that very simple idea of doing things at the right speed, then you can apply it to any aspect of your lives. And that's really what In Praise of Slow looks at, is the many ways in which people are using this slow philosophy in different walks of life. So for instance, there are movements for slow food, for slow cities, slow urban design, slow sex, of course, slow medicine, slow parenting and education, slow work. This is the thing. Even in the workplace, people are starting to slow down in order to work better, to have a more balanced relationship with technology, for instance. There is an executive at IBM who has launched a slow email movement. And you think, well, what is that? Email is the fastest thing in the world. How can you slow it down? Well, he's just saying a very simple and sensible thing, which is that email is wonderful, but we could all probably check our inbox less often. This IBM executive suggests checking your email inbox 2 times a day. I personally find that a bit excessive. I need to check my email more than that, but surely 2 times a day is better than 2 times a minute, which is where many of us are now. So this slow culture quake, this slow revolution is rumbling through, as I say, every aspect of our culture. There are movements for slow architecture, slow design, slow travel, of course, is huge, slow fashion and retail even.